I'm so proud to see so many clever and motivated people here today. And if I was my first time here today, I would want to do atomy. Alex, we don't have to say anything, but I respect him so much. But I was so surprised to come here and see the director, Samantha, doing her Y atomy, and she's better than most of the distributors I know. Anna said she was a sales master. I was surprised to see Dana, who graduated from Oxford University, who everyone wants to go to, and doing atomy as well, and she confidently shared her story. I stand before you, but I don't know what vision I can share to you. I even forgot to introduce myself. I am someone who met atomy, and through atomy, I'm traveling the whole world. So my name is the world traveler Kim Bunsook. It's not been that long since I called myself the world traveler. Only after I visited more than 80 countries, I was able to call myself the world traveler. I started atomy so that I could travel. Before doing atomy, I was a seamstress making clothes like this for 33 years. Do you guys know that Korea had a North and South war in the 1950s? The war was a very difficult time, and only 10 years after, in the 1960s, I was born. I was born in the countryside to a farmer who did not know anything, so for myself as well, I only graduated primary school. From here, how many people only graduated primary school?
Oh!
It's so great to see. Amazing. Even if you don't go to Oxford, even if you just graduate primary school, you can be a success. I am here to be your witness. Just because I only graduated primary school, do I not have a dream? Whether you're educated or not, whether you're clever or not, everyone has a desire to live well. Everyone has the desire to live well, but did I have the tools to live well? I could not find that tool for myself to live well. After graduating primary school, I started working in a factory. For countries like UK, isn't it illegal to take 13, 14-year-olds and take them to a factory to work? Right now, it's not possible, but at that time in Korea, because it was tough, anyone who wanted to work in a factory, they accepted. I worked at the factory for 3 years since I was 14, and it wasn't even enough money to put food on the table. No one really ever taught me how or any methods that I could use to live a good life. Someone came to my mom when I was 17 and they said, if she learns the skills to become a tailor, she could open a tailor shop, she could have a beautiful life and a good husband, and they tried to convince me. When I heard that, I really thought I found my true way to live a good life, and I decided to learn the skills of becoming a tailor. That person was a family, an in-law. But because my mom was embarrassed, she said, I'm not going to send you there. But I said, I really want this. I really have to do this. So I tried my best and I started working. I thought that if I go to start work, they're going to teach me all the skills. They didn't teach me anything. They made me do errands and they didn't even pay me. For 3 months, I didn't get a single wage, and I paid with my own money for my travel and the food. And when the girl above me, she was going to meet her husband, I would go to her station to check and learn how to do the tailoring. But they stopped me. They said, this is dangerous. You could hurt yourself. So I quit that place, and I moved to a different one. But there, they wouldn't even let me do anything. Then I realized, like in atomy, where you can't just jump to Sharon Rose without going to sales master, I realized that there were levels to learning the skills, and I decided to learn the skills. And I worked through the levels as if my life depended on it, and I climbed up the ladder and the levels very quickly. I worked as if my life depended on it for 5 years, and I learned all the skills, and I finally had the chance to open my tailor shop. But when I did, tailoring was no longer in fashion, and they started to produce mass in all the clothing. Has anyone been to a tailor shop where you get tailored and they fit and check your size?
오, 상당히 있으셔서
There's a lot
이해를
of you.
하시겠네요.
So you know what it is. Tailoring is expensive. But clothes you see on the supermarket, they're more cheaper and they're more beautiful. And all the tailor shops closed down. This was the change in the era. So I had no other skills and nothing I could do. So what I did was I started getting fabric from factories and they told me to make the clothing that you can for the shops. So I started getting paid piece by piece. In Korea, usually people work 8 hours. I don't know about here. But for myself, as I was working from home, I worked double, 16 hours a day. The life that I lived, from the moment I wake up, I would brush my teeth, eat my food, and then I start working until the time to fall asleep. And then I would fall asleep. And I lived that life until I was 50 years old. But before I turned 50, my brother came to me and introduced me to me. But as soon as I heard my brother talk, I told him off. I said, don't do this thing where you're going to sacrifice others for your benefit, where you're going to put this benefit into other people. And I told him that you need to work hard and work as a builder. My brother at the time, he did a lot of businesses which all failed, and he even worked for people which did not work out, to the point that his marriage was not working out. That brother, wherever we helped, he failed at everything. But he told me, Atomy gives me hope. And when he said that, I could not stop him from doing Atomy. So I called all of my family members and I told them, don't register with him, don't buy any products with him, because if you do, you will make him a failure. So don't engage with anything he says. So he started business without anyone from the family joining, and after 2.5 years, he became a royal master. That brother who used to fail at everything, now he has become successful, and it made me curious about Atomy. And I wanted him to continue having that success, so I followed him along to Success Academy to hear about what it is. At that time, there was about twice as many people here today, and I was very surprised how many people there were. Is Dana someone who is likely to do network marketing? Someone as amazing as Samantha, who is an accountant, why would she come here to introduce network marketing? What I thought was, if people who are more skilled and clever are choosing to do Atomy, there must be something in Atomy, and that made me want to look more. And while I came to only have a look, what made me stay was the chairman's speech. When I heard the chairman saying that there is a system that we could take the business globally and go to all countries in the world, it made my heart beat. It made me think, if my brother, who is such a failure, could succeed, I could do this business and be successful too. And then I started to nag him, please register me. Do you think he registered me straight away? He didn't register me for 1 month. So I tried to register myself, but I couldn't do it. So after a month, he helped me with the sponsor ID, and I was able to register. And then from there, I did not miss a single Success Academy. And then I sold my sewing machine, and I got rid of everything that I used to do, and then I started going Atomy full-time. When I went full-time, I made a commitment. Because I have no skills, if I was able to become sales master within 10 years, I'll be satisfied, because with that income, I'll be able to have a retired life and just have money for myself to survive. Same for when I was doing the sewing work. I learned the skills for 5 years, and I was able to live until 50 using those skills. I had the hope of starting the business because I had no skills to talk to people. I said, maybe I'll meet someone who might be better than me, and maybe they'll introduce me to more persons, and then maybe I could go global. Is there anyone here who is here by themselves without a single partner?
손 들어보세요.
Raise your hand. If you don't have any partners, are you going to keep coming to the seminars? For 5 months, I didn't have a single partner, and I went to every single seminar there was. Before, I couldn't even explain atomy. I couldn't register people. No one listened to me. But after 5 months, because I was sitting at the seminar listening so much, I was explaining to people about the business like the chairman himself. So I gained one partner after 5 months. And then what I did was, all I did was focus on that single partner to make them successful. And after 6 months, that person became sales master and was able to maintain that. But my other leg, all I had was just family members. I had all my family and cousins there, but because I wasn't looking after that line, no one was doing business. And then my partner said, who knew what happened, she said, I can do the business by myself now. You go and work on your other line. When I had depression, I used to join a hiking club, and the leader of the hiking club, I knew that she used to import expensive skincare from Australia. But because I couldn't buy a single one of those products that she sold before of healthcare and skincare, I did not have confidence to go approach her and to talk about atomy. And because I heard in atomy seminars that our products are better than luxury quality brands, it gave me confidence to approach her. Because atomy is a luxury product, I told her, I'm not a selling business. I just want you to use, and if it's good, just let me know. And then if you like it, let's do business together. I had only this much hope in that she was going to do the business. Why? Because she was so educated and so proud. So I thought that people like that would never ever come and work with me. So after using the product, I asked her how it is, and she told me surprisingly, it's okay. And then I said, let's go to a seminar. And then she said, when is it? And then that person, after coming to the seminar twice, 3 times, decided they want to do business, and they said, I'm going to open an office. Just because you have a center, does it mean you have good business? You have to be able to build your consumers and your distributors. But these people, they were so proud of themselves, they didn't go and grab consumers. They waited for people to come. So with the products that I bought before, I grabbed my partner's hand and I went to all the shops to introduce atomy. Of course, instead of going to people you know, going to people you don't know to explain the products, the compensation plan, and the marketing plan, it's not very easy, right? It was very difficult. In the beginning, I could hear my heartbeat like a drum, and my face would get redder than an apple. But after 3 months, I find myself very confident in speaking about the company. So when they started to prepare for a US branch, when my brother was going to fly over there, so as a holiday slash business, I followed my brother to the USA. So I didn't have a single partner in the US. I helped my brother's partners and other partners who are in the company that has got nothing to do with me for 1 month. And after that, when people were going back to Korea, I took my bag and I said, I'm staying. How much English can I speak right now? I can barely write my name. But at that time, I didn't even know how to write my name in English on the newspaper. Think about it. Someone who graduated primary school and worked in the factory for a few years and then worked at home for her whole life. When would I ever need to use English? So I went to the Koreatown, and any Korean lettering I saw, I walked in and I started to share atomy. I really don't know how to sell any product. So I did what I'm good at. I gave them my products and I said, use it for 1 week. If you don't like it, give it back to me. But if you like it, register with me. Is this selling or is this sharing atomy? So people who didn't even want to register, didn't even want to use the product, because I offered them free product to use for a week, they said, okay, you can leave it, and they'll use for a week. And they told me it's better than any luxury products I've ever used, and they started to register.
그렇게 해서
And one of the person that I found at that time who came here regularly was Crown Master Jason Kim.
미국
So I didn't speak a single word of English, and I went to America to spread atomy. And as I worked hard, and as Jason worked hard, it helped me become where I am today.
정말 열심히 하니까 하더라고요.
So Jason, he saw the vision of atomy and he started sharing and going crazy. And in 2 years, his mastership was higher than me. So he went to Sharon Star Royal even before I did. Then he told me, I know how to do atomy now. You don't need to help me anymore. You can go work on your other leg and help the people who are struggling. So I started to go to the other leg. It looks like I did something amazing when you hear this, right? So as someone without any skills, what I did was I registered people one by one, and when I found someone who wanted to be a distributor, I stuck with them, with that one person, and I stuck by them. That's their side. That's what I did. Last year, Stephanie was here in March to do her sales master speech. Does anyone remember? Now she stands here as a star master. She said here last year that she's going to come back as a Star Master, and it has become reality. I met Stephanie because as I was traveling, I went to a Korean restaurant in Romania, and I met her, and I started to introduce Atomy. After registering Stephanie, do you think I registered another person? After registering Stephanie, I went to Romania to live there with her, and I haven't registered a single person. Instead of going everywhere, I stuck by her side to help her do a business, help her grow, and it has now become a global business in Romania with so many partners, and I'm very thankful. Now you get the feel for it now. But you understand that atomy business is not someone with a skill, not someone who is educated, but someone who does not give up will always become successful. Can everyone become successful in atomy? Anyone can do this business, but not everyone can become successful. The way they become successful is depending on their mindset. In atomy business, is it my business, or is it my sponsor's business, or is it my partner's business? Those who think it is as my business, whether you have small success or big success, you will keep continuing to have success. But if you work like a partner who is just there to help your sponsor and not taking charge, you will never have good partners. Once you start to take it as your business, and once you start to look for people yourself actively, people will start to see you as a leader, and they will start to follow you when you help. We all have sponsors and we all have partners. But what your mindset to take charge and take it as your business, instead of someone's partner, you're working as someone's partner to take their lead and go here and there, that is what depends from your success and your failure. Kim Sung-il Imperial, my brother, in the beginning, he registered me, but he didn't help me at all. My brother registered me, and there were many sponsors above, but not a single person helped me. So sometimes I had anger and I was sad towards them. But now I understand how thankful I am that no one really helped me as a sponsor. But as I had to do my business and I had to find my partners and help them by myself, it made me into a leader without a choice. And that is how I became here. What I will become is down to you. No one can make that for you. Because only you can decide whether you're going to be successful or not. Then you will change from a person into another person who can make the impossible possible. Dana said earlier she did this business because she had a partner and she felt responsible. So that is the kind of mindset that we need to have in this business. Whether you go to a great university or you're very skilled, if you don't have that kind of attitude to be responsible, you will not have a good partner. You don't have to do that forever. Until when? Until you find a single partner each side who will take it as my business and who will work hard with you. But because Stephanie was working so hard to build the business, of course I helped her, but it lifted some of the work from me. The work that you are doing with your single partner is to help them remove their fear. So help them stand on two legs. That is the work that you are doing. And by helping Stephanie, in the first few months, everyone's fearful. So I helped them, sticking by their side, not to have fear. Yes, being responsible may be tough and may be hard because you have the partners to take care of. But what comes as a reward is you can live a life as an imperial master in the UK. But if you are wishing to have that without putting in the work, I really call that crazy. Even though it's a little bit fearful and you might not be used to it, if we do that, we could have an amazing life. Our families could have amazing life. Isn't it all worth it? You lived your life until now, and you may agree with me that finding a tool that will change your life, finding information that will change your life is not easy. Atomy comes to us very easily, so many people do not see the value of the company. You do not see how valuable it can be for you, so you do not go into it deep enough. The world is changing. Because I have no knowledge, I can't share those things, but I can feel that the world is changing. So when I was learning to do tailor, I thought that I could live my life as a tailor, but the eras changed and started they producing normal clothes, so I could not do this skill anymore. The reason why I could accept Atomy and accept it very well was not just because my brother became successful, but through the chairman's speech, I understood that the world is changing. The world is changing, but no one is ever telling us how to adapt, how to change ourselves. So in the 2000s, as my son was learning to use the computer and use the internet, I also learned with him together, and I started writing my own blog online, and I realized how internet could change the world. I didn't know how I could use the internet to change my life. But the chairman said to us that an internet shopping mall was created for us, and we can use that to build our own global business. Chairman built a website that was so expensive to make, but he told us that we could use it for free, and using the unlimited levels, we could use this business to go globally. That really inspired me. I really received that dream of going global, and I decided that I could travel the world using Atomy. I told you that I have achieved that dream, right? I've been to most countries out there, and the only countries that I haven't been to are some of the countries that are hard to get into, like some of the Middle East and some of the African countries, but I've been to everywhere. Through Atomy, I wasn't a person who just visits one place. I would go to that country and visit all the towns and look at how people are living, and I was able to build that with Atomy. Someone who can't even speak English, and at that time there was not even internet, how could I do this? So I decided to do it. I was so happy with the company, and I was introduced to someone who had a heart surgery, and they wanted to try hemo him. So I got on a bus for 22 hours to go visit that person, and I missed my stop, so I had to take it again. And my phone didn't work when I was in the countryside in the US at that time. So, without knowing where I was, being so fearful, I was lost in some countryside in the US. I started using body language to talk to people, and I managed to grab someone's phone and use that to dial the person and find the next bus that I need to get on. After that experience, I realized how no matter how fearful you are, when you were actually in that situation, everyone has the ability to overcome it. I started having confidence that whether any situation that is fearful will come up, I will remember back to there and said, I done it before, I can do it again. And using that experience, I actually wrote a book in Korean. So the book is called Things That I Can See After the Fear Is Gone. Someone who's only graduated primary school, someone who has only been working in factories, after 20 years of writing blogs online, I was able to start writing a book when I didn't even know proper grammar. A really amazing leader in Atomy called me recently, and they asked me, who was the writer of that book who wrote the book for you? Can you introduce me that person? If I have to buy a writer to write a book, I will not do that. That's so embarrassing. Why would I get a writer to write my own book? I personally wrote everything myself, and the editing was only done by the company. This has become another dream that I achieved through Atomy, and it has enabled me to stand in front of you and proudly give you a lecture about my life. Is there anyone less educated and less skillful than me here? Like Dana said before, everyone has fear. Fear of getting rejected, fear of getting told off. These are the things that I have because I still don't have confidence. Try and go share Atomy to people who are more clever than you, more skillful than you. Those people say, Atomy products are really good, how do I do business? Will you gain confidence or lose confidence? You need to build an experience of 1, 2, 3, of things like that. Through the lectures, you have to be confident and be able to shout that we did it. Then you will realize that we need to use Atomy products until we die, and you will have so much confidence you will not have any embarrassment. We are in a beautiful country with beautiful city and beautiful people here, but I really hope that you are not just satisfied with that, and I really hope that you try Atomy to change your life and to change the life of those around you. Not only will your family's life change, those people around you, those hardworking partners, you will be able to change their lives. With your own two hands, with your own two skills, can you change someone else's life too? I really hope that you understand Atomy fully and properly with the company that can truly change people's lives. Someone asked me in the leaders meeting how my daily life is right now. So through Atomy, I achieved my goal of traveling the world and writing a book. Do you think traveling the world makes my heart beat now? When you travel, you will realize traveling is harder than doing Atomy. On 2nd of January, I went to Egypt to do a 37-day tour of Africa. So someone maybe knew I had money, and in the beginning of my journey in Atomy, someone went into my hotel and took my bag full of money, and I was not able to travel anymore. So with traveling, the important thing was that I did not have my passport. Although a lot of money was gone, I couldn't travel with my passport, and Egypt did not allow me to make a temporary passport. But if I went to Egypt, not by myself, with my partners, that would have never happened.
있어요.
2 years ago, after COVID, I went with Alex to go to the US and to Colombia and to Brazil. And we all know countries like Colombia, there is a little bit dangerous to go out. But my partners grabbed my arms left and right, and they took care of me until I got to the hotel. But when I go traveling alone, no one takes care of my security. So instead of traveling alone from now on, I will only travel with the world with my Atomy partners. I really want you guys not to give up your dream and just keep pushing on until you become Imperials. And then I would like to say thank you for listening and coming to the seminar.
감사합니다.
Thank you.